Many Catholic organizations have seen a decline in their fundraising due to the pandemic over the past 5-6 months. And today I'm going to be talking about what you can be doing for the next 5 months to possibly recuperate some of your lost fundraising and, if anything, put you on a great step for 2021. Hi, I'm Brice Sokolowski, the founder of CatholicFundraiser.net, a website that's completely dedicated to offering suggestions, advice to Catholic apostolates, religious orders, parishes, dioceses, whoever you are, wherever you are. If you're Catholic, I'm here to help you with your fundraising. Now, before we dive into the recommendations on what you can be doing for the next 5 to 6 months to possibly recuperate some of your lost funds due to the pandemic, I just want to make sure that you download absolutely for free the 10 Commandments to Catholic Fundraising. These are 10 recommendations that I think you should strongly consider when it comes to fundraising, because it lays a very, very strong foundation for both your fundraising but also your apostolate, so that way you're always aligned with your mission, with your faith when it comes to fundraising. The guide is completely free. You're going to find the link right below. Click it and grab your copy today. Okay, what I think you should be doing, possibly be doing, what I recommend that you do over the next few months with regards to post-pandemic, or as we get out of the pandemic. Obviously, fundraising is going to be at the top of the list of many, many apostolates, and the question is, what can we do to possibly recuperate if we lost any funds during the past few months? And these are my 3 recommendations on what I think will really, really help you. And this is based off of what's really, really helped me and the apostolates that I've been helping for the past few months with their fundraising. So this is solid advice because it's working for other apostolates. The first one, because you're probably not doing events and you're not going out and meeting a lot of people, now is the ideal time to revamp your website. Go to your URL, type in your domain, and look at your website and start changing things, adding new pictures, just revamping. And if you have any questions on what that means, revamp, and I'm saying it very broadly, one of the things that I do on my website is I help Catholic apostolates with revamping, what pictures to put, what text to put, how do you put a donation button, where to put it, etc. But I really think you should at least take the time and say, look, at the top of my list is my website, because I'm not going out and visiting people, we're not doing events, we're doing a whole lot of things differently now. And so that's point number 1. Point number 2 is, I think, and I highly recommend that you consider getting the word out using advertising. And what I mean specifically about advertising is the Google grant. The Google grant is a grant from Google that's $10,000 a month. That's $120,000 a year on free money, pretty much, for ad credit. Means it's not to your bank account, but what it is you can use those funds, those $10,000, specifically for people who are using the internet to possibly find Catholic apostolates, Catholic charities, Catholic parishes, chapels, cathedrals, shrines, something about a saint. Really, really important to use this. It's the easiest grant to apply for and receive. Again, this is something that I help Catholic apostolates with on my website. It's another reason to get connected with me, because I help you understand the potential of this $120,000 grant, how to acquire it, how to use it, how to benefit from it, and how to maintain it for many, many, many years. Because this grant can be, once you apply for it and you know how to use it, you can use it for as long as you want, and that ad credit keeps going, topping up every month, $10,000 a month. So that is point number 2. Point number 3 is learning how to ask. I hear a lot of people saying, it's just a cup of coffee. Help us, it's just a cup of coffee. That's not, from my perspective, how Catholics are motivated, inspired to donate. Catholics obviously when they're passionate about their faith, they're thinking about their faith. They're not thinking about a cup of coffee. So when you say, hey, support us, it's just a cup of coffee, in essence, you're realigning what they're focusing on to, hey, it's just a cup of coffee. And people are thinking, yeah, it's just a cup of coffee. What are you going to do with that? Obviously, every donation is important, whether it's $1, $10, $1, $100, or $1,000. But the whole concept of putting a coffee in between the ask, it's not the most effective way. I know it sounds great. I know you hear it everywhere, but it's not the most effective way to ask for a donation. So my recommendation is learn to ask. And how do you learn to ask? Again, stick with me. That's really one of the key things that I think you can do over the next 5 to 6 months is to get connected with CatholicFundraiser.net, get connected with me, start learning how to properly fundraise as opposed to making assumptions and going off of gut feels and going off of what you've been doing for the past 1 year, 5 years, decade, or even longer, because well, times have changed. We're recognizing that the internet is more important than ever. Connecting with people online is more important than ever. So how do you leverage all this stuff to enhance your fundraising, but most importantly, your mission, your apostolate? I hope this has been helpful. Share this with a friend. Share this with an apostolate or religious community that you would think would benefit from it. God love you, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Bye-bye.